Hey everybody, Playtendoguy here, and I'm back with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I've been wanting to talk about on the channel for a very long time now, and that is my top 100 films of all time. Yes, I'm going to be starting off a brand new little series where I detail my top 100 films of all time, and to detail 100 films in one video would be an awfully long task to do, and the editing would be really hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split them up into 10 lots of 10 films and talk about my top 100 films of all time in 10 separate videos. So yeah, it's something that I've been wanting to do for a little while now. I actually had the list ready for about a year now, but stuff come up and I didn't get a chance to do it, but it's something that I really want to do now, and I've actually re-edited it and added a heck of a load of more films into it because I've been catching up with some classic films that I've never got around to watching. So this list has actually changed quite a bit from last year, and there was also like a top 100 films of the last century or something of the century that was released a few weeks ago, and I must admit that kind of made me want to do this list even more. So that's more than enough waffling. Today we're going to be talking about my top 91 to 100. So we're going to go from 100 down to 91. So 10 films. That's more than enough waffling, and let's get into it. So in at number 100, the first film to start off the list, we have Saw. Yes, I only recently got around to watching the Saw series. I remember when it first came out, and to be honest, I heard like torture porno was really mean-spirited, and everything I heard about it from other people just kind of put me off watching it. And then during a week session, I went through the entire Saw series, and honestly, I had a blast. And for me, it's probably my favorite horror franchise. I think the main series up to the final chapter, they're all bangers and great films, but for me the best one is obviously the original, directed by James Wan. This film is fantastic. It's a very simple premise. It's all set in one location, and that just makes it so great. You can feel so claustrophobic watching these two guys trapped in this really grimy and really not very nice bathroom and trying to figure out what the heck is going on, having to solve these puzzles and finding out what the hell is this jigsaw person about. It is such a great film, and it's no wonder that people talk about it in such high regard. It's a very clever thriller detective film. Heck, I was really surprised to see Danny Glover in this film as well. And obviously the ending is iconic. What happens at the end is fantastic, and I never actually saw it coming. I never had it spoiled for me, and my jaw was to the floor. And yeah, absolutely love this film. I think it's so well paced, edge of your seat stuff, and I do enjoy the rest of the series, especially up to the final chapter. I think like the ongoing story definitely does go over the top, but I do like the crime procedural element of it. I think it works really well, and yeah, absolutely love Saw, and it more than enough deserves its place in number 100 on my list. So in at 99, this is something that I've done with this list. I don't really want to include too many modern films from the past decade because I definitely want to see how they age with time. But to be honest, most of these films that I've included here from the past 10 years, I do think will age like fine wine and become pretty much iconic classics. And one of them, well, two of them, I'm going to include them here, is Dune and Dune Part 2 by Denis Villeneuve. Easily the best director out there at the moment. He has done so many incredible works, and Dune could just be his magnum opus, especially if he can land the final chapter, which I've heard from people who've read the books is a very, very hard thing to do. But Dune and Dune Part 2 are some of the best sci-fi out there. Visually stunning, an ensemble cast like no other. It's a real epic in both scale and scope. It is superb. Following the journey of Paul Atreides and the Atreides family and what happens in the first film to the journey of Paul and how he becomes the character, the leader he is by the end of the second film. It's absolutely superb. It's a who's cast here. You've got Timothée Chalamet, who's definitely one of the best actors of this era. Same, you've got Zendaya here, Florence Pugh, you've Oscar Isaacs. Dave Bautista here is superb. You've also got Stellan Skarsgård, Josh Brolin, and also Javier Bardem, not to name but a few. These films are definitely not for everybody. They're very long, but they're so enthralled with lore, very interesting, visually stunning, and soundtrack so wonderful. It is definitely one of the best new movie series out there, and I really cannot wait to see what Denis Villeneuve does with the final entry. It's so brilliant, and yeah, I know definitely not for everybody, but I love these two films, and if they can land the final entry, then we've got another banger of a trilogy on our hands. So in at number 99, so in at number 99, trying to get used to saying 99. So in at number 99, we have Dune and Dune Part 2. In at number 98 is another film from this decade, and this is a film that definitely did flop, but I do think it will be re-evaluated in years to come when more people discover it. It's going to be one of those hidden gems from this decade that people will love in years to come, and that is Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho. Absolutely fantastic film. After Baby Driver and the Cornetto trilogy, this guy's firing on all cylinders. For me, he hasn't even missed. Even his worst film, The World's End, is still a banger. And I really cannot wait to see what he does with the remake of The Running Man. The latest trailer came out the other week, and it actually looks really good. But yeah, Last Night in Soho came out at a very funny time. It was during the COVID stuff, so cinemas weren't that busy. So this film really did get forgotten about, should I say. And it follows a young girl who's passionate about fashion designs and all that, and so she goes over to London to learn about fashion design, and when she stays at her flat, she has these wonderful dreams of the 60s, feeling like she's this young woman played by Anya Taylor-Joy. And what starts off as wonderful dreams soon descends into a nightmarish vision of the underbelly of London and a murder that happened that could it be real or not. And all these visions cloud her mind, and it takes over her real life. It's a really, really clever film with a fantastic soundtrack, superb performances all round, and the giallo-esque nature of the film is superb. I think it's brilliant. I think the cast is fantastic, and it's also Dame Diana Rigg's final ever film as well. And you've also got the brilliant Terence Stamp in it as well. It's brilliant. Such a fantastic film, so stylish, easily one of the best 4Ks. The colour palette here is superb. Absolutely love my time with this film, and I've rewatched this film countless times. So if you've never seen Last Night in Soho, please do give it a shot. It is absolutely fantastic. So In at 97 is another film from the past decade, and this is a film that I absolutely adored from the first time I watched it. I've been always want to watch it for a while now, but I watched it about 3 or 4 years ago, and within about 2 weeks I watched it about 5 times. Yes, I absolutely adored this film. And this is the 4th time I think it's been remade. Yes, it's Bradley Cooper's A Star Is Born. I absolutely adore this film. I think it's so fantastic. I think it was a stroke of genius getting Lady Gaga to be the main character here. I to be honest, when I saw her popped up in American Horror Story, I kind of always thought that she would be a great actress, and yeah, she's absolutely superb here. The story of Bradley Cooper's character, a seasoned musician called Jackson, super popular, as he discovers this new up-and-coming actress trying to make it big called Ali, played by Lady Gaga. He's at an all-time high and she's at an all-time low, and how basically the tables turn throughout this film is fantastic. Seeing how when they first get together, and how when she hits the big time, and then when what happens to him happens. It is so fantastic, so heartbreaking, definitely a gut punch of an ending. I think the soundtrack here is absolutely stunning. Really do love this film a lot, and I have seen the previous versions, like the one with Barbra Streisand. I thought that one was very good with Chris Christopherson as well. It's such a shame that Elvis Presley couldn't it wasn't meant to be, but Elvis Presley in that role would have been absolutely incredible. I've seen the Julie Garland one as well, and I think there's one before that as well. But yeah, for me, my favorite version of this is the Bradley Cooper one. It's so good, fantastic soundtrack. The Shallows. Got a lovely special edition of it that I unboxed on the channel. I could gush about this film so much. I really do enjoy it, and yeah, it's a heartbreaker, but truly wonderful film, and again, another stunning 4K. Next up in 96 is something a little bit different, definitely completely different to pretty much everything I talked about on the list previously, and that is Peter Jackson's Brain Dead. Yeah, Peter Jackson, the guy who brought Lord of the Rings to the big screen and the Hobbit films and King Kong as well. Yeah, this couldn't be no further from that if you tried. Yeah, part of his like smaller little trilogy of Meet the Feebles, Brain Dead, and Bad Taste. Brain Dead is easily, for me, probably his best film. It's such an over-the-top gore fest when this like rat monkey bites this woman and she turns into a zombie and spreads this zombie virus all over the local town. It is unbelievably gory, unbelievably fun. It's amazing that this came from the guy who did Lord of the Rings and was going to do the Tintin film. Yeah, he's certainly never done anything quite like it since, and it is a shame. It's a shame we never got another film similar or even a sequel to Brain Dead. It's such a blast, so gory, so over the top. There's very little quite like it, and I absolutely love every moment of this film. You think you've seen the bloodiest film of all time? Nah, Brain Dead is that and then some. The amount of blood in this film, God, I pity the people who have to clean up the sets. Such a great film, and I absolutely love it a lot. It's weird to think that a decade later he was doing the Lord of the Rings films, but there you go. So in at 96 is Brain Dead, a fantastic over-the-top film that you should definitely check out if you haven't already. In at number 95 is another modern film, and it's a film that I really did enjoy the first time I watched it, and I've seen it quite a few times since. Directed by Damien Chazelle, it is 2014's Whiplash, and Damien Chazelle himself has made some absolutely fantastic films. It was definitely a very close call between this and La La Land. I both think they're superb films, but this just narrowly edges it due to J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller. Miles Teller plays an aspiring young musician, a young drummer who wants to get into the big time, and J.K. Simmons is his ruthless instructor, and he is a right bastard. He is. It is such a fantastic play between the pair of them. It is borderline a horror film. The anxiety levels are to the roof, and it is fantastic. This is just the goal of trying to get perfection for Miles Teller, trying to get that perfect run of notes, and he's trying to get it at all. Miles Teller's journey throughout this film was trying to get perfection in his craft, and it will come at anything for him, even his humanity. It's fantastic. You could say it's a horror film in sheep's clothing. J.K. Simmons is literally on fire here. He is so superb, and Miles Teller is superb as well. Wonderful film, great story, fantastic characters, and also a superb soundtrack as well. Definitely one of the best films of the 2010s and well deserved its spot. So in at number 95 is Whiplash. In at number 94 is one of a few Stanley Kubrick films, and this one, I never see many people talk about this one as much as his other films, and for me, when I watched this, I was absolutely entranced in it. I thought it was brilliant. I loved it, and it is 1975's Barry Lyndon. Everybody talk about 2001, The Shining, Clockwork Orange, but I never hear a lot of love for Barry Lyndon, and my word, this is a great film. It's definitely probably a more, shall we say, a more entry-level Kubrick film for many. Obviously, The Shining is probably his most popular one, but if his previous films have put you off, definitely give Barry Lyndon a shot. It's definitely more approachable, shall I say, and it's about this young guy from Ireland who just climbs his way up the social ladders from being a humble young lad to being a noble. It's great. It stars Ryan O'Neal, who's superb here, and the film just feels epic in scale, from a great cast to her even greater length. The sets are superb, looks absolutely stunning, and it is also actually surprisingly funny as well. It's a film that's crying out for a 4K release, so hopefully we'll get a 4K release of this soon, because I can assure you it will look absolutely stunning. The length may be a bit too much for many. I mean, heck, it's 3 hours long, but it does feel very digestible and very quite easy watching. It's so great, and I do love its style and its time period so much. I think Stanley Kubrick encapsulates it so perfectly well on screen. Sets, costumes, all miraculous, and yeah, I really cannot wait to see when this eventually gets a 4K transfer. It's going to be divine. In at number 93 is one of the first big films of the early 2000s, and that is Training Day, starring Ethan Hawke and the brilliant Denzel Washington. Wow. I watched this film for the first time, oh, must have been about 3 years. I had the Blu-ray and I thought, oh, I'll give it a shot. I've never seen it, I've heard really good things about it. Wow. I absolutely loved this film. Straight from the get-go, I was hooked. I think the story is great, and the fact that it plays around in just one day and how things change from good to bad to over the top is fantastic. We follow Ethan Hawke on his first day of the job as a narcotics officer. He's a good guy, he's a clean cop, and he wants to get stuff done, get drugs off the street, all that good stuff. And he's partnered up with this rather rogue detective that's not all what he seems. He's very fast talking, very stylish and super cool, but there's something about him that doesn't seem quite right. And he's played by the fantastic Denzel Washington, and definitely this is one of his best roles. He's so superb here. He steals every single scene he's in, and the script here is super, super tight. It's an edgy seats thriller that perfectly feels like an early 2000 film. Gets everything from that era just right, from the way it looks to the soundtrack. And I really do like how it starts from being just like a easygoing sort of thing to how shit eventually goes down to the ultimate confrontation at the end of the film, where the other iconic lines come from. King Kong ain't got shit on me. It's such a great film. I really do enjoy it. I've seen it several times since watching it. And when the 4K came out last year, I had to pick it up, and my word, the transfer in that is absolutely fantastic. Edgy seat stuff, fantastic cast, fantastic music, brilliant little thriller. If you haven't seen Training Day, definitely do go check it out. In at number 92 is one of the few animated films I've actually put on the list. Surprisingly, animation is quite absent on here, but I put an absolute belter on here. Easily one of the best and my favourite Disney film of all time. It's so iconic, and it's 1990s for The Lion King. I remember having the DVDs as a kid and just played through it no end of times. It's such a timeless film that holds up so well today. Heck, 30 years later, it's still as fresh as it was all those years ago, and it just really doubles down on how incredible it is compared to that 2019 live action remake that just feels so soulless, so heartless, and just a cash grab. CGI fluff cannot portray like heart and emotion quite like hand-drawn animation, and it's such a crime that we haven't seen many hand-drawn animated films, especially from Disney, in such a long time. The CGI stuff is nice, I suppose, but damn, I do miss the times when we used to have hand-drawn animation. And The Lion King is the cream of the crop when it comes to Disney animation, and it is of that golden era from the 90s where it was just banger after banger. This story is a brilliant take on Hamlet. Follows Simba, who's destined to be the king of the Pride Lands, and then things don't go the way it seems. His uncle comes in and takes the throne for himself, and it's up to Simba to have this journey, this great character arc, to come back and rightfully take his place in the circle of life, to run Pride Rock. It is so fantastic, so epic in scale, a great story, great characters, a fantastic voice cast here. I mean, the voice cast here is incredible. You've obviously got the incredible late great James Earl Jones here, and you've also got Jeremy Irons here as Scar, who just perfectly is cast as Scar. You've also got Rowan Atkinson as well, and Whoopi Goldberg, Jim Cummins, and Matthew Broderick as well. It's such a great ensemble cast that like the remake definitely lacked. It definitely lacked the cast as good as this, and obviously you got the impeccable, the stunning, the brilliant Elton John soundtrack. It's timeless. This film is up there as one of the greatest films of all time. It's truly incredible, and my words cannot just describe how incredible this is. And it would be nice to see Disney go back to these sort of style of films and making these sort of classics. So in at number 92 is The Lion King. And in at number 91, we have the action classic that spawned so many imitators. It's the original and the best, Die Hard. Yes, what a fantastic film this is. It made a household name out of Moonlight star Bruce Willis and inspired so many action films with that great template, from stuff like Under Siege to Air Force One to even Con Air. A lot of action films, all of it to Die Hard, and it is a superb film. It's so entertaining, and it's a alternative Christmas film. A lot of people do say it's a Christmas film, and it is a Christmas film for people who aren't into the traditional Christmas films, I say. But it's a film that can be enjoyed all year round. It's a fantastic setting, great villain with Alan Rickman in it. It's such a iconic setting with the Nakatomi Plaza. So many iconic lines, so many iconic moments. It's weird to think that this film was originally offered to Frank Sinatra. Yes, old Blue Eyes himself, but that was due to like a contractual agreement that they had to offer it to him. But obviously, wisely, he declined. And we got one of the best action films of all time, and it spawned quite a few sequels. The second one is pretty darn good, the third one is a blast, the fourth one is very respectable, and after that we don't talk about the fifth one. But Die Hard is the original, the best, one of the best action films of all time, and highly rewatchable. Made a household name out of the brilliant Bruce Willis, who starred in so many wonderful films. So yeah, Die Hard more than deserves its spot in at number 91. So that'll do it for today. I've gone through my first part of my top 100 films, going from number 100 all the way to 91. So join me for another part where I'll be going from 90 to 81 and discussing those great films. There's a heck of a lot of brilliant films to talk about, some interesting surprises, and I look forward to hearing what you say in the comment section down below. So be sure to comment down below and tell me what you think of my top 100 so far. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching my video. I really do appreciate it. You stay safe, take care, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye.